DayZ is hard. This game has a lot to offer, so let's go over the basics to help you on your first journey. Here are 10 tips to help you get started and not end up on the zombie grocery list. A lot of players don't know where to look. They miss important gear, food, and other essentials. Houses can offer all sorts of zombie items, from clothing to food to guns. My rule is, the bigger the building, the bigger the no-no. Lots of big buildings are no more than a waste of time, so be sure to hit residential neighborhoods to maximize your loot. Be sure to keep a lookout for these water pumps, as these taps are all over the map and will be your main source of hydration along your journey. Do not drink from other water sources like ponds, rivers, or even water bottles that you might randomly find. High chances you will get cholera. Zombies will be a problem starting out too. While it's best to avoid them, be sure to check their bodies, as they might have canned food, pate, or a nice soda for you to drink. One thing people overlook way too much is the fruit trees. These trees that you can find in just about any town offer tons of fruit. As long as there are people nearby, they will spawn on the ground, so be sure to check them, especially if you're in a high pop server. There are several ways to find out where you are in DayZ. What every DayZ veteran will tell you is to get on I Survive. This is a full DayZ interactive map that you can get on your phone or your web browser, and it will become your best friend. In the game, you can use road signs to find out exactly where you are, but they are in another language, so good luck. Landmarks can typically stand out over other things, such as lighthouses, smokestacks, factories, churches, and other phallus-looking buildings. Whether you're a fresh spawn on the coast or a geared player heading towards northwest, these are items every player needs to survive. It goes without saying that you always will need food and water, but these other not so obvious items may include a knife for cutting and crafting, rags for clothing and crafting, a melee weapon for self-defense only, I suck at winking, and a bottle or canteen to hold water long distance. Other items might be personal preference, lighter, extra food, and other things that you might want to hold. You do have free will, believe it or not. Of course, this may not always be true, but it is when starting out. The reality is, freshies want nothing but survival, and geared players have everything they already need. So while freshies struggle to stay alive, geared players do not care for noobs. As a newborn player, you do need all of their loot, so have at 'em. Geared players have everything to lose and nothing to gain from being on the coast, unless they're there to kill new spawns. Shame on you. So to my freshies, team up, survive together, and kill anyone more geared than you. You can do it. I believe in you. Clothing is an important aspect in DayZ. In fact, it affects all sorts of different things, such as your stamina, how much stuff you can carry, and how protected you are. Conditions on clothes will affect how long they last, as well as how insulated you will be. Having wet clothes can make you heavier, giving you less stamina to work with. And of course, it goes without saying, we all want more space too. Find clothes with more inventory slots, higher insulation, and better conditions. Stay on the lookout for better clothes, and you will begin to thrive in the early game. There's too much crafting to get into, so I'll just go over the basics. If you don't have a knife, find 2 small rocks. You need a fire for cooking or warmth. Grab a bunch of sticks and bark and put them together, and you can make a fire. To start that fire up, you either need a lighter, matches, or a fire hand drill kit, which can be made with 1 stick and 1 piece of bark. Looking for gloves or maybe a face wrapping? Cut up clothing you do find and make them into rags. With those rags, you can make them into things like hand wrappings or face wrappings. Those are my favorite because they just look badass. If you are in need of food and have some time to spare, be sure to craft 12 rags into rope, add a long stick to it, and you'll get a simple fishing rod. There are other things that you need to do in order to fish, but I'm not going to get into that. Yes, the UI is frustrating and confusing, and we all went through it. Learn to work with it, and certain tasks will become much easier. Just know it will take a lot of time. When looting, be sure to look in the vicinity tab. This is where items around you will appear even if you don't see it. Another good early game tip is to quick slot items with R1. Hold R1 over a specific item, either in your hands or your inventory, and assign it to a quick slot for easy access. Lastly, know what you need and what you don't need. Water and food are a need. Random bullets I just find and I don't have a gun for, probably don't need. A cute dress, need. Stamina is an important part of surviving long term. The faster you move, the more it drains your food and water. Stamina, as mentioned before, is also affected by your weight and how moist you are. Sorry, I had to say that. It can also affect how much your weapon sways when aiming down sights. So early off, just be conscious of how much you're sprinting and you'll be good to go. These little monsters will be a large threat early on. Learn how to deal with them and they won't become a problem. Zombies will typically scream to alert other zombies of your presence, so be aware of your surroundings. It is very easy to be overwhelmed by just a few zombies, so be sure to try to take them on one at a time. Using melee weapons will make it easier to defend against them, as well as aiming above their head to hit headshots, or what I recommend, stay away from them entirely. Learning how they react and move can also help you understand how they work. If you want to avoid fighting them, lock them away in sheds or buildings and just move on. Every move you make in DayZ can determine a long-lasting life or a swift death, so be sure to make every decision with intent. Be patient, and the game will reward you. With these tips, I hope to see you all last long enough to get fully geared and make it to Northwest Airfield, just to die again by sickness or other players. While making this video, I also realized that I could have definitely put way more tips, so I'm just going to add some honorable mentions here at the end. Friends. Right off a spawn, find out where you all are and meet up as soon as you can. Be sure to spawn around the same time, as there's a high chance you will spawn in the same area of the map. Playing with friends will make the game way more consumable and fun as you learn together. Play on high population servers. DayZ diehards will agree that interacting with randoms is always the most memorable and an important part of DayZ. Find others, make friends, or create enemies. Explore and experiment. Don't know where you are? Just explore. If you want more loot, move inland. These maps in DayZ are massive, and so much more can be learned by just playing the game. That also brings me to my next point. Don't be afraid to die. You'll notice very quickly that you'll die a lot. When you die, learn what killed you. It will help prevent you die in the future the same way that you just did. Do not be afraid of death. It's all part of the process. We've all been there. Eventually, you'll make it, and then you'll die again. Have fun. This one's a given. Just don't play a game that you don't think is fun. Your friends will hate you for complaining, and no one is handcuffing you and forcing you to play DayZ. And yes, you can handcuff people in DayZ. If these tips helped you, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and comment what other kind of content you guys want to see. Otherwise, stay wet.